Are you the creator of the song?
Yes, it's an original.
You made the lyrics, everything?
Yeah.
All right. Go.
I look sexy drinking milk.
Okay.
Yeah, I look sexy drinking milk.
Okay.
I look
Oh
sexy
my
drinking milk. Yeah, I look sexy drinking milk. Milk makes you strong to the bones. Milk is a very good thing.
Ooh.
I look sexy
Drinking.
And then there's a part where I have a Kleenex. Oh, I learned how to green screen, and I had like a little,
What?
little green blanket, and I was like testing it out. So this is stupid, but I green screened a black background behind me just so that it was like just a blank background that wasn't green.
I was hoping a cow or something.
No, nothing.
It seems like fabric.
It was just black, and like you can see the green screen. And I put a Kleenex in my hair because I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Like I just put a tissue on my head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, milk spelled backwards is Klim.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Mario.
I'm Peter. And I'm Adrian.
And we're
Guys That Listen.
On today's episode, we have Canadian Academy Award winner, director, writer, and musician, Harrison Houde.
That intro, though. Canadian Academy Award winner. That's like what
You
can't
might know
fluff
him
that.
from Disney.
I appreciate you fluffing that. Like, I fluff it.
I know. I'm a fluffer.
You just read off his bio.
Yeah.
I make sure every guest to fluff him a little extra, you know?
That's like a debatable one, the Canadian Academy Award winner.
Canadian
I mean, it is,
Award-
though.
Yeah.
I should have brought it with me if I knew you were going to intro.
Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Harrison. Yeah, I'm an actor. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I grew up on Vancouver Island. Island boy.
Totally different kind of island boy.
Have you seen their latest stuff?
No, I don't want to talk about that.
No. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
messed up.
It's,
That's
it's
why I threw that
bad.
in. Yeah. So
You're not that kind of island boy, right?
different island
Oh,
boy.
okay.
Yeah, Vancouver Island boy.
In case you guys didn't know, now they're like doing explicit stuff with each other.
Shut
And aren't they brothers?
Yes. Sorry, Harrison. Keep going.
No, okay,
That's why he doesn't want to talk about
This
it.
is a family show, guys.
I thought this
Come
was
on.
guys that listen. Shut up! Shut up!
Sorry.
I'm doing my introduction still. God. Only been here
All right,
30
restart the
seconds.
podcast.
From Vancouver Island. Grew up very rich and then very not rich. Started acting, which, that's like what you do when you're in a small town of like 5,000 people, and most of them are old seniors. There's like 5 golf courses in my town that I grew up in. It's called Qualicum Beach. Shouts out QB. Quali boys, what's up? No, I don't know if that's a thing. Yeah, I started acting. Oh, I've been playing piano my whole life.
Oh, wow.
Since I was like 4. I think I could read music before I could like read a book.
That's amazing.
So basically, I'm a genius. It all translated to early acting career when I was in my teens. And now I'm just trying to figure my life out like everybody else in the world.
So rich, genius, and white is what is it? What is it like winning the lottery?
I mean, pretty sick.
I wouldn't want to be where you guys are at.
Yeah.
Tell us about your struggles.
We're just going to start. We're just going to go. We're going to go in. I don't know. It's just so weird. Like I grew up very... not like super rich, but like when I was young, like we had a nice friggin' house, like on the water, huge house, like everything was good. My dad had fucking sick cars all the time. Like my dad's like a car guy. So I like share that love with my dad. Like we both love cars. And he was always like selling, buying different cars. Like I think he had like, I forgot what it was. It was like a 65th anniversry Corvette or something.
Damn.
Like he had some cool stuff. Like he was going through different cars all the time. I don't know where this is going. Basically, when I was like 7, 8 years old, my dad started so my dad's a banker. He was the manager of a bank, like a credit union. He started a company that was like an auto finance company, like cars, right? So he was giving loans to people that like couldn't get loans, right? But this was a separate company from the bank that he was managing, and he was basically getting ready to retire from the bank and then do this full time because he was going to make a shit ton of money. He like pooled investors together, and it was really successful. And like basically where I grew up, I don't know. This is what my parents told me. I don't know how much of this part is true, but he was like giving loans to a lot of like First Nations, like Aboriginal people that couldn't otherwise get loans for cars. And he was like, they are great. Like they're great people. They always pay their loans out on time. Like they don't miss payments. They just like, the banks won't give them loans for whatever reasons. Yeah, this business venture was going really well. He had like a I don't know what you call it, co-CEO. I don't know, like a partner, business partner.
Yeah.
And then I remember we went on like, this is my first trip to California. from Canada when I was like 8 years old. I guess during that trip, right before we went, like his business partner was like slid some documents to him and we're like, oh, like sign this. It's like a loan app or whatever. But there was like another document and it basically signed the company over to his partner for $1.
What?
For $1?
For $1. So he got back and like found this out and it was like, oh shit. Like we were on a 2-week vacation. He got back and he was like, oh, this is like crazy. Like we got to do something about this, obviously. In that same like time frame, I'm sure this guy was like scheming. He like put the, there's like, I don't know, it's like Viacom. It's like a finance audit. Like they're a branch of like kind of like they basically audit finance companies and stuff. And there's a ton of rules. Basically, they didn't like what my dad was doing because they kept making different rules up, and then he kept jumping through those hoops and like passing them basically. And they just didn't like what he was doing because there's a lot of like, you know, there's not a lot of like private loan companies.
Yeah.
It's mostly the big car dealerships and stuff. So they didn't like that. So they kept trying to shut him down. And then basically that partner or whatever, like was like, oh, this is like, you know, he's like evading taxes or whatever and put like the equivalent of the IRS in Canada, the CRA, onto my dad for like not paying certain taxes. And so they came after him at the same time. It's like Viacom was trying to shut it down. Meanwhile, he like signed his company over for $1 and he was like, fuck, like I gotta like figure this shit out. You know, my dad was a super smart guy. He had different things.
Also a genius.
Also a genius. So he was like selling like certain things that he had going to like pay for lawyers, like deal with the CRA, like the tax people, and then like deal with this guy and like go through a lawsuit. Basically, that like destroyed my family's life for a while. I mean, my parents are still together, and like I have an older sister, and like we're all good, but it was like rough for like a while. Like we had to move cities, I had to change schools. It was like a huge life change. I was going to like Catholic private school at the time, and now it's like going to public school. Like we can't afford private school anymore. Like just like really bizarre shit as a 7-year-old to be witnessing. Like it was just really weird. They had like CRA people, like tax auditors, coming to our house to like pick up physical documents to like audit, and then like they would like we'd be like going to the school in the morning and they were like searching our lunch boxes.
Whoa.
They thought my dad was like hiding shit.
Yeah.
This is a memory.
crazy.
This is a memory in my mind that like is
This isn't a
so-
movie that you were in, right?
No,
Like,
no.
Okay.
And it's like I just remember them being like, oh, like we were trying to go to school and they're like, no, like check, like we can't, you guys can't go, and they're like opening our car doors and they're like checking our. There's like guys in suits that are like fucking gross, like 6-year-old guys with like no hair, just like opening my lunchbox, and it's like they're holding my banana muffin and like a banana that I have. And I'm like, don't touch my muffin, bro. Skip like 10, 12 years later, like basically everything washed out. They said the CRA said my dad owed like $900,000 in taxes. They like backdated everything and like found any little thing. And then he fought them for like 10 years, got it to like, basically the next step was Supreme Court, and they got it down to $40,000. He owed them $40,000,
That's
something like that.
crazy.
The lawyers were like, you can take this to the Supreme Court, but we're going to cost more than $40,000 at that point, so you should just pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that affect you as a kid in terms of your career?
I didn't have a career yet.
You know, sorry. In terms of your trajectory, where you ended up acting, you're super creative. Did this inspire that? Does it affect
It actually is kind of crazy because I think because I moved like to Qualicum when I was like 7 or 8, like that actually like was the spark into like all of my creative endeavors.
So you're thinking the CRA like that made you?
Yeah, maybe.
Instead of suing them, you're going to thank them.
Shit.
Were you like fully processing all this, or is this something that in hindsight you're like, I look back at, I'm like, oh fuck, that was really fucked up.
Yeah, I was like 7 or 8. I like processed quite a bit of it. I know my parents were like pretty cool. They like told me what was going on for the most part. I mean, of course they like tried to shield me from some of it because it's like, what 7-year-old needs to go to school thinking about like, are we gonna like not have a house tomorrow because of like finances? But like, or is it my dad gonna go to jail? That was like a thing for a minute. I remember that. I remember there was like 2 weeks where it's like, oh, if this doesn't go well, like my dad could go to jail for like tax evasion.
Wow.
That's crazy as young.
He did not.
You said you went to private Catholic school,
Yeah, I went to private Catholic
and then you went
school.
to public school.
Yeah,
but it's
grade
like a
3.
small like rich area.
Dude, my private
generally?
Catholic school was like, we had like split grades. There was like 10 kids.
What?
Yeah,
Like
they're
it was
usually pretty
whack.
small.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
small.
Oh, I can't afford that.
St.
so I wouldn't know.
Joseph's.
St. Joseph's. So what was it like going to public school?
It was bizarre. I have like
I agree.
such a memory of that first year of public school and like just how fucking weird it was.
Yeah.
Like public school to me. Cause like Catholic school, I was like, Man, I was a little angel boy. Like I was such a
Little choir boy.
I was
Yes,
pretty,
Lord.
yeah, no, straight up. Actually, I got in trouble. Me and my friend, shouts out Adam Fukakusa. Can I shout out?
Yeah,
You
of
shout out
course.
anybody you want.
Man, that's kind of weird though. I don't know if he just still doesn't. He doesn't talk to me right now. So
Since
it's
like what?
maybe he-
Since like second grade?
Since like fourth grade. I ran into him like 6 years ago in Vancouver, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
He was like working in film, which
Oh,
is like
nice.
bizarre.
Yeah.
He was like Harrison. I was like, and he's like Adam, and I'm like, no way.
Yo, remember when we used to nap together? Like,
Dude, no, we used to be in assemblies, and it was like, we praise the Lord. Yeah. And it was like, we used to like do like little like, what do you call it? All I can remember is this vividly. It was like, walk, walk in the light, walk, walk in the light, walk, walk in the light, walk in the light of the Lord.
Hallelujah.
And we used to do this shit with our hands. Like we used to like,
the jazz hands?
no, we were like making up like little dance moves because it was boring. And they would get so mad at us.
Yeah.
They were like separating us always. They were like, you two are trouble. Like, and we're like, we're singing the freaking Bible here. Like, let us do some animating or whatever with our hands.
And you didn't bring it back when you saw him again?
I
Like,
should have.
I feel like that'd be a perfect moment.
I
you know?
should have.
You know?
I'll do it next time I see him.
I actually know exactly what you mean, the jarring, because I went to a Christian academy.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were spoiled ass kids.
It was only till first grade, so I was like 7 or something. I did Christian academy, and then I went to a public school, and I was like,
Dang.
this is fucking weird. These people suck.
Yeah, public school. I just remember like the first thing I sat beside like a Korean exchange student in grade 3. We didn't have exchange students at my Catholic school. Like I didn't know what that was.
You're like, why are your eyes like that?
I mean, yes. No, I'm kidding. No. First Asian kid I think I've ever saw. No, that's not true. Wait. What the fuck? Wait, that's actually the stupidest shit. No, wait. Both of my best friends in Catholic school were both Asian. So literally both of my best friends are Asian. I didn't see color. So anyways, I went to public school and I didn't know like what I was doing. And it was so bizarre. Everything was so different. The class was like now 30 people instead of like 10.
Yeah.
And it was
Sounds
just like,
public school.
I was very excited not to have like church though. I like
Were you not a fan of?
yeah, weirdly at an early age, like I just kind of like knew it was kind of bullshit.
Same here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what age? Like right before you left, or?
I just like kind of went along with it the whole time. Like even kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, like I was just kind of like, oh, this is like a thing. And like, oh yeah, I pray to God. Okay. And I would like sometimes if I really wanted something like trivial in my life.
Please, Lord.
Yeah, no, straight up like before bed. I remember
me get
like
this transformer.
praying. Yeah, no, straight up. I'd be like,
Yeah.
please,
Me too.
Let me have like,
Same.
I'd be
want an
praying for like, can my dad
Xbox.
please buy me a toy? Like, I really want this like from like
I want a
Target.
PlayStation 2 so bad. Please, God, if you love me, if you're even real, you would do this for
I'll
me.
never sin again.
I didn't sin anyway, so I was like, I'm such a goodie. Give me my PlayStation.
Wait, so you went to public school? What was the weirdest thing that you saw? That was so.
Well, I just
different.
remember like one of the first things was like some kid being like talking about like guns and like
What?
And I was just,
It's a white public school.
yeah, it was.
Oh,
It was a white
damn.
public school. I think we had one black kid in our entire school.
Is there a lot of black people in Canada?
Canada?
In Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But in Vancouver, maybe not as much.
Oh, okay.
So then when did you decide to like leave and like choose to do all your acting stuff? Because you go to school, you leave to public school.
Grade 5.
Oh shit!
Oh, you're a
That's
child
really
actor?
early.
Grade 5, I started like pursuing acting. My sister was doing it a little bit, and I remember going to an audition with her once and being very. I always wanted to do everything my sister did. Everything. She played piano. I wanted to play piano. Like everything.
Older sister?
Older sister. She taught me a lot. She taught me my times tables. She taught me how to use a computer. All that stuff. So, yeah, I just wanted to be like my sister constantly. And then she was like acting for a little bit, and she was like doing. I think she had a callback for Matilda,
Oh wow!
like the
Whoa.
OG Matilda.
The-
You know, the live
yeah.
action.
Yeah.
That movie's super good.
Like, yeah, I remember that. It was crazy because I remember like my parents talking like, "Oh, she auditioned for this."
Damn.
But anyways, she had like an ice cream commercial once, and I like went like audition, and I went with her to the audition, and they're like, "Oh, like who's this kid?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go in too." Like I just didn't know what was happening. I was like, "It looks fun, ice cream."
Yeah, being a little kid, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, and I was like, "I just want to be with my sister." Like,
You know how you said that, like, oh, your family went through that like downtrend
Yeah.
where you got a little bit more poor waivers.
Yeah.
Because this is like a poor person's drink.
yeah.
I was like, oh, you asked for a PBR, so was
Oh.
that when it kind of came in? when you
No,
were a
my
kid?
parents don't drink.
Your parents don't drink.
Oh.
I mean, maybe like once at Christmas.
You just wanted to
like
set the
one drink.
tone.
Yeah, I just thought this was
He's
like,
in the hood, you know, like
Yeah, he's the one
No,
who reps
I
in the
just
hood.
like the brand. I like the I like it.
I mean, I thought people. See,
Hey,
we
shots to PBR.
shouts to our sponsors.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
I would always drink this shit because it was like $1 or $2 for this can. That's why.
Yeah, not in Canada.
Really? Why?
Everything's alcohol is more expensive there.
Well, not for us. You know. Just kidding.
Yeah, I know. That's why I moved here.
I was actually in Canada. I went to LCBO. It's like
What?
the liquor store.
Yeah.
I went there and then I was looking at a pack
Toronto
of White Claws, in Toronto, and I was like, oh, 5%. Oh shit, it's stronger over here. And the cashier was like, yeah, everything's stronger in Canada.
Except the military.
And then I was like, except the dollar. And
The dollar.
She was like, get out of here right now.
Roasted.
But you're saying that this was one of your first beers?
Yeah. I don't know why in Vancouver, like, I'm a good boy. I told you. I didn't drink till I was like, I didn't
21.
drink till I was 19,
Oh.
which is the legal age in Canada, by the way. It's
wow.
not 21. It's
Is it all of Canada? Is it
no,
Montreal
some is
younger?
18, yeah.
Yeah, Montreal,
Like Quebec and Alberta.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Because like the people from Toronto would, once they turned legal age in Montreal, they would drive to Montreal.
Yeah.
To party.
Okay.
A lot of Seattle folks come up to Vancouver when they're 19.
Oh wow,
That's their Vegas.
and that's like our Mexico. Because you go to Mexico, yeah.
Sure.
But it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's a little safer.
You can't say, yeah. Mexico's safer, yeah.
Mexico is definitely safer.
Yeah,
Have you been, TJ?
Oh, no. Oh,
Okay, my
wait.
next follow-up question: have you been to Hong Kong?
Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Oh, the strip club.
Oh no, I'm glad you got that.
You mean the country? What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about?
Set your line.
I need to go to both Hong Kongs.
Oh really?
Yeah. I've never been to a strip club either, actually.
What?
What are you doing
These
after this
Catholic
podcast?
these Catholic boy values have been instilled in me.
Oh, I gotta ask you a serious question now. When did you decide that you're like, oh, I'm not really into that Catholic religion?
There wasn't a point of like, I'm not into this. I just like didn't ever like get it.
But was there anything where you're like, oh, you know, this is kind of like very Catholic, and that's not really what I'm about, and there's like a difference between who you are as a person and who you
Yeah.
are in the religion?
I think the point where I was like, I'm fucking out was like when we were having fun doing our little walk in the
Yeah.
light, and they were like, don't do that. And I was like, this fucking blows, man.
That's when you realized it.
religion.
Boring. Way too straight.
First grade, you were like, fuck religion?
Yeah. I was like, this is boring.
That's gangster.
Yeah. I was like, this is lame.
Do you guys have a moment like that too?
I have a moment.
Yeah.
What was yours?
For me, it was like it was after high school, and one of my friends, I had never known anybody wasn't like, I guess, religious, and he told me that, yeah, I'm an atheist, and I'm like,
You're like, what's that?
You can do that?
you can do that? That's literally something like, you can do that? I'm like, aren't you like scared? Or I was like, no, just don't believe me.
But what happens when you die?
Exactly. And I'm like, you just
Nothing.
don't. And it's so ingrained in me when I'm like, you don't believe in God? And it was so foreign to me, and I was like, what? So I took the time, and I'm like, I actually started reading the Bible. I started like going online. I started like reading shit, and I was like, oh my God, this is a scam. Like I've been scammed my whole life.
Dang.
Like, and I'd always, I'd pray like for stuff, or when like I get worried about stuff, like for my family or anything like that. And I remember after that, I was just like, this feels really weird. And I went on this whole like trajectory of like hating on religion. I would read like I would get into fights on Facebook with people who would like talk about religion and
I
stuff.
didn't do that.
Oh no, I was very into it. I'm like, well, the Bible says this is actually wrong, and like I'd put like facts and stuff. I'm like, you can check it here. Let me link you. Blah blah.
Well, like John 5:18.
5:18?
You don't know it?
I know.
I know
He
316.
said, "Those who want fuck should fuck."
I thought that was John 3:6:9.
I have no idea.
369.
John
Yeah.
4:20 says, "If you like to smoke, smoke it up."
Wait,
To the Lord.
Oh, damn. Sounds blasphemous.
I'm just telling you how much Bible verses I know.
I know that you said that you drank like a lot later, but in Canada, weed was legal for a while, right? Or it's easier to get?
Weed was like gray area legal for a long time,
Yeah.
and then it got legalized federally. Like before the U.S., obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So did you smoke before you
That's
drank?
I didn't smoke.
Oh, have you ever?
Yeah, in California. Yeah.
In California?
California.
When it's like harder to get? in
When it got
California?
legalized here,
Oh,
and then
shit.
I was like, I'm gonna wait till.
Can you stop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like telling a story.
Please, sir.
This is important, and you're gonna ruin the audio, and it's gonna be unusable footage.
Can you get it? Can we switch, Ariel?
Yeah, I was 20. I waited till I was 24 because apparently my like best friend's dad is like an amazing brain surgeon, like top brain surgeon. So he sent me I asked him, I was like, hey, what's the deal with like weed and like smoking? And he was like, sent me just like a bunch of like actual scientific like journal articles about like the effects that it can have on your brain. And I was like, oh yeah, so maybe I shouldn't. But then I was like, well, apparently a guy's brain is like fully developed at 24. So I was like, okay, I'll smoke when I'm 24. Like, that's cool. So I did that. It was legalized, and I like went to like shouts out MedMen. I was like, if I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna be bougie about it. Like, that's like the main thing I didn't like about like, I don't know, I didn't underage drink because it just felt like kind of dirty.
Same.
And then like I didn't smoke because I was like, I don't want to buy it from like a street dealer. Like, this feels like sus.
Do you
So-
feel like any of that came from like religious? Like,
Probably.
standpoint?
I think I still hold I was gonna say like, I think I still hold a lot of like Catholic values and morals in my life, and like, I mean, Catholic Christian are very similar morals. I feel like
Yeah.
Catholic maybe is a little more extreme. I don't know.
I think Christian's more extreme.
In some ways, maybe.
They're
I
taught
don't
to think that each other is extreme.
That's very
You guys
true.
just talk shit on each other.
Yeah.
My God is better.
know. Like a lot of my friends are Christian. I've been to like, you know, Christian churches in LA,
Worship.
and like I really enjoy them, like because they have really good music here. So
It's worship.
Yeah. So I like to go for the music and pretend I'm religious for
Yep.
like the first hour.
I've literally done the same thing.
And then basically I just like mute God in my brain whenever they say like God did this, Jesus did that. And then they're like, but you know, whatever, insert moral lesson. And I'm like, that's actually really nice.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't hate on that. Like, how can you hate on something so like genuinely just good? They're like, be friendly to people because it's nice. And it's like,
Good. Catholic is just really boring because all you do is you go to church and you listen to this dude talk for like,
Dude.
ow.
"Ew, shoot me in the face.
It was so bad. I remember dying. Like the most like feel as a kid, like you have to sit still. You're
Yeah.
so bored and you listen to this dude talk for like over an hour. And when you go to worship for Christian stuff, like they're just singing and like saying songs about Jesus and like, you know,
Christian mass is
Jesus.
different?
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
get? Oh.
dude, totally. Like I would have church every Monday, and I just hated it. It was so boring. Shoot me in the face. I don't want to listen to this guy talk about like straight from the Bible. Like if you have a really cool priest and like or pastor, pastor,
Yeah, priest.
I have no idea.
Priest.
then maybe it's fun. But
Usually
like,
our masses was like, they would go up there and then it's a homily and he just talks about some lesson that he wants to share. So you have to listen
That's
to
cool.
him.
Is he
yeah.
Catholic?
Yeah, I was in Catholic school and practicing Catholic for like 13 years.
Oh, wow.
basically what you're
Yeah.
saying is like they are the old-fashioned podcasts of the world.
The OG.
We're gonna have
podcast.
we're gonna have some straight white guys stand here and just like tell you moral lessons, and you're gonna listen.
Let's go back to
Matilda,
yes, your sister,
Oh, God.
the
You
origins,
tangented so hard,
the
dude.
origins of your
ice
acting.
cream audition.
When you were found as a famous child actor, you know they discovered your talent.
Dude, I went into this ice cream audition and I was like, I'm ready. And they're like, oh, what's your name? And I'm like, Harrison. And they're like, what's your favorite ice cream? And I'm like, Moose Tracks, chocolate chip. I forgot the name. I blanked. I was so nervous. And I was like, chocolate chip mousse. And I was like, what did I just say? And then like afterwards, I remember being like, oh, fuck, it was Moose Tracks, not chocolate chip mousse. Why did I say that? Like, that's not even a flavor of
It
ice
still
cream.
haunts you to this day.
Dude, I just remember that. I just remember being like, I messed up. I'll never book that audition. And it was like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know it was an audition. Like, I was just like... So after that was like my first exposure to like entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know why my sister was doing it or how she got into it. Like my parents didn't like force her, but my sister is super academic. Still is. Big brain. So like she kind of was like, oh, this is getting in the way of my school. I'm done.
Oh.
And then I'm kind of like, when I was getting into like middle school, I wasn't doing everything my sister was doing anymore. So I was like, oh, this is like super fun. Like screw school. Like I want to do this stuff. Like this is way more fun. So I started making like YouTube videos.
Oh,
Dude, I am
wow.
OG YouTube, and
That's
nobody.
same, yeah.
I want everybody who makes YouTube videos right now can pay me some respect.
Wait, what was your first YouTube video? Because you know back then when it first started, it was all like lip syncing videos.
Yeah. I was copying Smosh
Oh.
because I was 12.
You didn't make any weird videos or like those funny videos. Like, did you ever watch like Kenny Mountain or like those
Or
like,
a crip walk video.
or those George Washington
name is-
videos?
last
name
No,
is
Hood.
no. Okay.
I was like really into Smosh, like sketches and like comedy
Yeah.
stuff. And then who else was around? There was like Who was like Lucas Cruikshank? Fred. He was a part of that other channel. What was that channel?
I know Fred, but
Collab channels were big, and Fred was a part of a collab channel before Fred went off and did Fred.
yeah, I only knew it from Fred.
Oh, anyways,
yeah.
I was watching a bunch of stuff like that, and like I was just copying it. But I was like, they were all like 16 to 18 and looked 16 to 18, and I was like 12 and I looked 8 years old. So I was like, the audience for my videos looking back now was like pedophilia 40-year-old men.
Oh, shit.
Hey, but if it gets you that money, you know.
Yeah. Got me that YouTube check.
Wait, did it blow up during that time?
I was getting views.
Oh, nice.
Like I started making just like lip sync stuff and like whatever, and I remember like
Look at this cute little boy singing so.
I don't think it was all like that, but there was. It was interesting. I just grabbed a camera. I had nothing to do. I was in a small town, and I started just like making videos in my bedroom, and I started editing and learning it, and like
What
all on
the
my own, and like
damn?
loved it.
Dang.
Like it was like this is my thing.
You were rich. You got a camera.
No. My first camera was a $20 Walmart V Cam Now.
You know, my
That brand
camera
doesn't
were
exist.
these two eyes right here.
I don't even know how I got that camera. I must have begged for it or something. I don't know.
Did you feel like you knew what you were doing once it started like popping off?
No.
You were just doing random shit. You're like, fuck it.
I was just like, I like doing this.
That's tight.
And I'll put it up and people are commenting. Cool.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Who is Snoopy XOXO 333? Like,
that's your
That was your
standard?
thing?
no, I was like, who is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, they're commenting on my video.
Yeah,
Cool.
Like, this video sucks.
Dude, I got a
Find
lot.
you.
Dude, I got a lot of hate. I forgot about that. I just like blanked it out. Though.
12-year-old?
Dude, how do you? Oh, okay. I gotta ask.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that as like a kid? Because even now, when we get hate shit, I'm like,
I don't know.
I see red. And I go. I
You
go
got a
in. bro.
problem,
I
Dude,
go-
but like,
I
don't
love it. I
know.
love it.
I don't know how I dealt with that. I honestly, like, sorry, I know how I dealt with it. I just ignored it or like blocked, deleted it.
Oh wow.
But like,
you
I don't
should.
know how I learned to do that or how I like had the mindset to just like not care.
That's very.
Yeah,
I
good.
got
yeah.
a lot of comments like,
The emotional maturity you have.
I mean, it's like 2008 YouTube. Like, I was getting like,
So did you learn early on that people on the internet are like
Crazy stuff.
fucking crazy? Because like those people who go on and are keyboard warriors and saying
yeah.
this shit to you, like a lot of these times they'll probably never approach you in real life. They'll never say this shit to you. In
I
real
think I
life.
like Googled this.
Oh,
I probably like Googled it, like, what do I do with hate comments? And they're like, just ignore and block. Remember, these people are stupid and don't have a life and they don't make YouTube videos. And I'm like,
damn.
So
But yeah, I don't know. I just like kept
At
doing it 'cause I
12,
thought it was
that's-
fun.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
were
really?
making these videos.
I was making lip sync videos. I was making like, I would just like enlist my friend to like come over after school and we'd like shoot something dumb in my yard. Like we would like, I don't know, we'd just be like tackling each other on camera and then I'd like edit it together with music and put that up. And like, I was just trying everything. I
Yeah.
was just doing shit.
When did you get it? When did it hit?
I made a video in middle school called, it was a song. So I was making music because I like had the piano background. So I was like playing around with GarageBand. Oh my God. I remember like begging for a Mac. Like I always grew up with a PC. Like I had a computer when I was like 4 years old in my room. Like I just had computer
wow.
savvy. My dad was like super cool about that. Like made sure my sister and me had computers at an early age, which was cool. I'm super thankful for that. But like, yeah, I just remember. Oh, my first editing software was Cyberlink.
Oh, wow.
Cyber Direct.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know
about.
this?
That shit is old.
It was garbage.
they're still in business.
Yeah, but it's better than like Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah.
So I was like using that, and like I don't remember how I was like getting this. Like I was just like trying stuff out and like Googling it and like what, and then it popped. Did it pop off? I don't know if it ever popped off. But the first thing where I was like, oh, this is like this got attention. I guess was like I made a song called "I Look Sexy Drinking Milk."
wait. Now I gotta
It's
ask.
still
Wait,
online.
How
Are
old
you
are you? when you did that?
are you the creator of the song?
Yes, it's an
The lyric-
original.
You made the lyrics, everything.
Yeah.
All right, go.
I look sexy drinking milk.
Okay.
Yeah, I look sexy
Hey.
drinking milk.
Okay.
I look
Oh
sexy
my God.
drinking milk. Yeah, I look sexy
Hey.
drinking milk.
Uh-huh.
Milk makes you strong to the bones. Milk is a very good thing.
Ooh.
I look sexy.
See,
God.
drinking.
Now
And then there's a part where I have a Kleenex. Oh, I learned how to green screen, and I had like a little,
What?
a little green blanket, and I was like testing it out. So this is stupid, but I green screened a black background behind me just so that it's like just a blank
Yeah.
background. that wasn't green.
I was hoping a cow or something.
No, nothing.
It still seems like fabric.
It was just black, and like you can see the green screen. And I put a Kleenex in my hair because I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Like I just put a tissue on my head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, milk spelled backwards is Klim.
Dude.
And this popped off.
It's got like 100,000 hits or something. Which for me, I was like,
I mean, that's
That's
huge.
it.
in
No, that's
2000,
huge.
like
2008,
9,
that's
maybe
huge.
2009, 2010. This is crazy.
Now that I hear it, the whole backstory makes me a little sketched. 'Cause
Yeah.
Imagine a little kid singing this, right?
Yeah.
And imagine the 4-year-old pedophiles. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not his full demographic.
No,
Just
no.
half.
There was a lot. I think like honestly, I think like 20%, 30% of my viewers were like 30 to 50. But I don't know if that was true
That's
because
pretty
like
hard.
because like people were signing up, like kids were signing up on YouTube and just putting in a random year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, if that's, I don't know
Oh, right.
how accurate that data is from that time period as well.
I mean, did you notice any weird
Well,
comments?
there was weirdos. But 20 to 30% seemed a little high to me.
Yeah.
I felt like it was more like 10%.
I like how you're pulling your own data. You're like, fuck what they tell me.
I mean, the
I think it was 10%.
And then I think 5% were like definitely pedos though. Oh,
Yeah.
like half of the 10% were like definitely pedos.
the true 5.
That's insane.
The others were like maybe just like autistic 40-year-olds. I don't
Wait,
know.
so when you're on,
Can I say that? Am I canceled for that?
no,
that's fine.
Autistic 40-year-olds.
Oh, we've made sure from the first episode, be like, hey guys, we're gonna say a lot of shit, and it might be really cancelable. Just giving you a heads up.
yeah, just
So
cancel
far,
us
we're
right
so good.
now.
I
if
said
you're gonna have to watch
artistic
it.
40-year-olds.
Artistic.
Say it again.
So
Wait, so you're running all this shit, right? You're,
Yeah.
you're editing your own videos. You're creating your own content.
yeah, I know I'm a
Are your-
genius.
yeah. But are your parents like involved in this at all? Are they reading the comments? They're like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
I don't think they read the comments, but I would show them the videos like either before or like when I uploaded them because I definitely made like a video or two where they're like, do not put that on the internet.
And did you?
No.
Oh,
That's good.
What was it about?
What is more explicit than looking sexy drinking milk?
Your parents let you upload that? But not
I'm
the
trying to
others?
remember like one of the videos I made that they were like,
And do you
"Don't
still
that."
have it?
Probably somewhere. I
We
don't
can
know.
put a clip of it right here. Right.
I've like unlisted or privated a lot of my old videos. I'm like 13 and this is like 2008 and I was making like I had a music video that was like, remember the box heads that Smosh did? Do you remember that? They had like paper bags on their heads and they were just like the box heads and they had like smiley faces. I basically ripped that and like did that, but then I was like, I don't know why I did that. And then I don't know what the song was, but I was doing a lot of parodies at the time because parodies would get views. I would get like minimum
Yeah.
10,000 views every parody I did.
Holy
And
shit.
I was like, oh, this is sick. Like 10K views is crazy for me.
At that point, are you getting money from that?
No, they didn't have.
There was
There was
no
no
ad,
ads.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
2010, the partner program
Dude,
existed.
you were born like a few years too early. Like,
I was born a few years too late and
late?
and started making YouTube videos a little too early.
oh,
Like I was in this weird gray area where I was
Yeah.
like too young. Like I have this weird like thing in my head where I'm like, if I was 16 during 2008 and discovered YouTube and like had the same skill set and like was
Yeah.
making videos, I'd be like top 10 YouTube.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I would have just been different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
been older and like more appealing for people to watch.
You're just missing that little extra bit of knowledge that you needed back then.
Like knowledge and like coolness and just
Yeah.
like you know what I mean.
Possibly
Yeah.
the way people perceive him, too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, 'cause
Yeah.
he's so young, right?
well, I was
And I
thinking.
look so young.
Well, I see nowadays there's some little kids who are millionaires who make those. The kid who reviews toys on his YouTube.
That's one of the top 3. I
Yeah,
think.
that's
Yeah,
that's
it
crazy.
is.
You know, like
That's true.
Insane.
if you had that kind of like hustle, that kind of like want to create, make, copy, like at that age,
Yeah,
that's I think that's pretty rare. Like not everyone wants to do that.
I
You
guess
know,
that's true.
just a little bit, just a few years. You know?
I think it was partly like the move and the public school thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like have a good friend group, so I was just doing this, and like my friends were on YouTube.
Yeah.
I ended up making friends on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I went to the
That's-
first VidCon ever,
What year was that?
2010,
And where was it?
LA. I like
Oh,
convinced my parents to. I was like, for Christmas, I want to go to VidCon. Like, I don't care. Like, just take me to VidCon. So they're like, okay.
Who were the big YouTubers during
Like,
that
I remember Shane Dawson,
Okay.
Smosh, iJustine. Dude, I was like, oh my God, I remember being super annoying.
time? What do you mean?
There's just a memory popped in.
12, like I was 12 and 13. I would go into live streams. I would go on every YouTuber that I'd watch, like iJustine, Smosh, Shane Dawson, all these people. I'd be like, I just uploaded a new video. You should check it out. And comment it.
It's
You
like
need
those
to see
pe-
it.
it's like
And then
those-
I'd spam my friends on Facebook. I'd spam everybody. Like, and I had friends tell me like, dude, I don't care.
Oh.
And I was like, no, you just watch it. I was spamming everyone my stuff, and it was getting attention. Like at a certain point, I had Well, I think they still follow me, but I don't really post much. But like, Justine was like, her and her sister started watching my videos. And like, What the Buck? Remember that? Michael Buckley? He was like a newscaster on YouTube, super flamboyantly gay. And like, he started watching my stuff. Like, I just had these like bigger YouTubers starting to notice me. But I was like too young for them to ever like help me in any way or like shout me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not going to shout at a 13-year-old kid, which is valid.
That's very valid.
But as a 13-year-old, I'm like, I just want views. I'm addicted. Give me 100,000 subscribers or I'll kill you.
It's those dopamine little hits, you know, that you're getting at that age too. Like,
Yeah. Dude, it was, I got my first YouTube got suspended, banned. I think because I was underage or because I was uploading too much copyrighted lip sync videos.
wow.
I wasn't sure. I remember this was like, I thought I was dead. I thought my life was actually over. This was like huge for me. Like I was bawling my eyes out crying because I had just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, that's huge.
And I was like, in 2008. And I was
Yeah.
like 12 years old. And I was like bawling my eyes out, like crying. I was like, I remember going to my dad and my like crying in my parents' bed, just like, sucks. Like, I hate this. Like, it's over. And they're like, it's fine. Like, just do it over. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I won't ever get 1,000 subscribers that easy again. Like, no. And then they're like, well, no, like, just keep making videos. Like, it's so great. Like, they're super encouraging. But I was just like, I was so hurt. Like, I was like, YouTube, like, fuck this. Like, I remember being like, I'm selling all my camera gear. And like, I'm never making a video ever again. And I did. Like, I was like, I'm done. I didn't make a video for like a year. I remember like, I was like, I'm going to get a new hobby. And I was like, I don't know why. I think I saw this on YouTube. And I was like, I'm going to start doing like RC cars. But like
That is a big pivot.
But like the really cool ones. They go like, I don't know, like 100 miles an hour.
Was it
or
like
whatever.
that back then too?
They were doing like nitrous and stuff. Like you put like little nitrous in them. Or some were electric. But they would go like, they were fast.
Yeah.
Like they were legit.
And you got into that.
So I was like, I'm gonna get into this. So I like bought a $400 RC car, and like I found out there was a racetrack like 15 minutes from my house, and started signing up to races. I was the youngest person there. They were all 40-year-old guys. I just like this was their like
This is your demographic.
yeah. They were like weirdly enough. There was like I don't know. There's different types of people, but most of them were older, and like this was their hobby that was like not building trains in their basement. You know, it was like they were like doing this, and I was like, oh, cool. And I remember like competing. And then for some reason because I'm addicted to making videos, I was like making RC car videos. And then I started a different YouTube channel. I forgot what this channel was. Maybe it still exists and I forgot about it. But it was like I was uploading RC car like trick videos and like races and stuff and like just like trying to do cool stuff. But I didn't have like the right RC car for it. It was only $400. So I couldn't do like backflips. Whereas like some could go off jumps and do like 3 backflips and land because they had like more speed.
Yeah.
And they were like $1,000 RC cars.
Crazy. I know it went up.
It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, they're all customizable. It's like a real car, you know what I mean? It's like you can do the suspension how you want it, like
Yeah, my first real car was $400 too, so I kind of understand.
yeah, crazy. So I remember being like, okay, I'm done with this, and I sold all my RC car stuff and started doing YouTube again.
Oh.
New channel, inspired by a Nova Scotia YouTuber that definitely isn't making videos anymore. XX Accordion Guy X.
My favorite.
Wow, you remember.
Yeah, because I named my YouTube channel X Turnip Time X. Still
was that one
exists.
about?
Still exists.
What was it?
This was like a period of time where everyone was putting X on. X's were cool.
Oh,
yeah, that's what my
bro.
AIM screen name had it. It's like XX Phase Bladers XX.
Yeah, it wasn't like weird. It was just like, that was cool.
Or a Z if you wanted to be a little alternative.
And I was like in grade 7 at this point, and I polled my middle school
shit.
friends. I had a list of names. I think one was like, Pull My Finger Productions. That was one. And then, I don't know how I remember that. Jesus. And then Turnip Time Entertainment was one. And that one for some reason got the votes. And then it haunted me for years because everyone was like, turn up time. And I was like, no, turnip, like the food, like the radish, like a beet. Turnip.
You're like, I was ahead of my time, kind of.
Yeah, for real.
So I started that channel, got over 1,000 subscribers very fast, joined the YouTube Partner
Really?
Program, went to VidCon. Sorry, the timeline's a little off here, but you can imagine it.
Yeah.
And then was like getting real viewers, and I think I was like 13, 14, so it was like a little bit different, and started making like $60 a month doing YouTube.
Oh, that's not bad for being like 14 years old.
Yeah. was
More
like,
than we
okay.
make a month.
Yeah, I was like, cool. Like I don't know what I'll do with this money. I just like put it back into like my camera gear that I was buying. Cause then I started like acting and like, so I was begging my parents to act and they're like, you're not doing acting like your sister did acting. Cause like, if you want to act, like you really got to want it. And I was like, no, I really want to do it. And they're like, well, then you have to take like acting classes. And then if you still like it after doing like a year of classes, then we'll try to get you a manager and do all that stuff.
Oh wow, you really were rich.
Why? Wait, why is that rich? Why is that rich?
I have never thought about any of those stuff. Getting a manager, getting an acting class.
But why is that rich?
Because he
You
couldn't
can't
afford an
afford
acting
that.
class.
It's acting class you couldn't afford? Your parents wouldn't put you into it if you asked?
I don't even know where I would find that.
I think I didn't even see what.
But I didn't know where to find it. My parents helped.
Oh, that's also having to be very supportive parents, though.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
whole nother
that's
thing.
true.
And it actually kind of knows their way around because I can't imagine like any of our parents knowing that.
Yeah, acting. You're gonna be a doctor. What are you doing? Go back to school.
But parents can figure that out. Like, it's not hard.
There's actually a little bit of a difference. It honestly depends. At least from my own perspective, for us, a lot of it's immigrant parents, and they don't have the knowledge to find that.
Do you have immigrant parents?
Yeah, immigrant parents. Oh, we all do.
Well,
So-
actually, you were born in a time where the internet and all that was
That's
already
true.
a lot
Very
more
true.
That's true.
accessible.
True too.
Yeah.
So we had typewriters.
Wait, when were you? Wait, what?
Swear to God.
Wait, when were you born?
91. But my parents obviously.
Okay, I'm 96.
Oh, so
my
not too
sister's
far off.
92.
Yeah.
You were right there, right when everything was starting to blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's-
dial up internet.
But
Yeah.
that
Oh,
changed
yeah.
a lot, though. If you're born during that time when
True.
it first came out,
Yeah.
that's kind of like your norm. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like my norm was like, oh shit, that blue screen that like killed the whole fucking
Yeah.
computer. You know?
Yeah.
Because
I think-
I'm 87, so you know a little bit
Oh,
older,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
They're
Yeah,
77.
You're ancient, dude.
Yeah, and I know, dude. A relic. You know, thank God I'm Asian.
Little
though, you know,
dinosaur
so-
over here.
Yeah.
But then back then,
38.
building a PC to me, I was like, yo. Like what the hell? Like I didn't even know what the fuck this shit was back then.
Yeah.
Like, chat groups was like barely even a thing. So that's why when you grew up, YouTube was like a
I had more info.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the difference too is like you have an innate want to do this. Like not only just
I
that,
really
like,
asked my parents
Yeah,
a lot.
like-
Like, I wasn't like, oh yeah, you want to do it? Do it. Like,
oh no, it shows. Like you telling us this, like from the beginning, from being a kid, just like you're going out of your way to create these videos and to make these things.
Yeah.
Like there is like something there from the beginning, you know?
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
we never wanted, you know. There's nothing I've ever. When I was a kid, I'm like, what did I want? I want fucking some toys, watch TV, play some video games. Like
kind of messed up because my sister's very toxic. Like first boyfriend in high school, obviously ex-boyfriend for her. Like he kind of like showed me like film in a weird way. Like he showed me like he was like making videos.
oh,
On YouTube.
I was like,
He was doing like oh what?
I was like, wait,
did that sound
what?
weird?
I was like,
Did
yeah.
that sound weird? The way I worded
He
that.
started off with the toxic part, and he's like, he showed me film, and I was like,
And
oh,
then you
Well, I
paused
just
it
don't
all
like.
in a
and there was a
weird-
pause.
Sorry, I'll just put it this way.
acting.
I don't like that he was the one that introduced me to like the thing I love.
why?
Because like he sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he's like not cool. But he kind of showed me that.
Fuck you,
Michael.
Michael.
It is. Dude, that's crazy. What the
I
fuck?
knew it.
Wait,
I
what
knew
the
it.
fuck? How did
I
you guys-
knew it.
But I don't want to like say that about him because like
Sorry, I said it. You're good. So, YouTube videos and then the acting. How did the YouTube video lead to the acting?
kind of because I didn't have friends, so I was like, okay, I'll be in front of the camera. I don't know. Performing was like kind of in my blood. Performing was in my blood. If it's not in your blood, just fucking quit.
I don't have it in my blood.
Me and my sister and I used to, thank you. We used to do performances for like my grandparents when they came over for Christmas. Like we would do lip syncing before YouTube existed. Like
Oh, wow.
we would put on I remember like Spice Girls or like the Pokemon theme song. And like we would design, mostly my sister, because I was very young, like 5. And we would design a whole choreo and like lip sync and like do a little performance.
Do you still remember it?
I just remember being very embarrassed once because like my pajamas as a kid were like just very long shirts, and I'd wear nothing else because I was like 5. And then I remember like jumping off the countertop, like to perform this once for like my parents, and my shirt just like flew up, just like fully naked.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I just remember that like ruining my day.
It's funny because you still have that memory. It's like
I don't
core,
think-
it's a core memory.
Yeah,
now.
they didn't care. Nobody cared. But like, I thought it was like the worst thing. Obviously, your dick's out, you know, in front of your family. Even at 5 years old, you know that's not appropriate.
I still remember all the times I've done it too.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like, you mentioned that you didn't really have too many friends back then, but at the same time, you're like that annoying kid who wants like all these views. was there a point where you know, obviously you knew what embarrassment was and being shy or just like being kind of like maybe hesitant to put out material? Like,
Yeah.
was there a point where that actually really hit you? Because it seems like you kind of breezed through all of it. Because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I still sometimes am a little reluctant to like push it out.
Now
you know what I mean?
It's kind of messed up. Like I feel like now I'm more reluctant to put stuff out because of my acting career,
Oh.
and also like more reluctant to put stuff out because of like, honestly, like the internet culture is so different than 2008 to 2012. Like once, I feel like there's a big shift when YouTube sold to Google. I think that was like 2011. I think.
And what was the shift that you noticed?
Well, it was people like started gaming algorithm. Okay, it became monetized. When I was doing YouTube videos, it was like, here's a community. We're all just making stuff. Like, I met friends like from New Jersey, like across the world. We were like homies. We were like playing Xbox together like at night because like, yeah, I don't know. We were just like making weird videos. It was such a weird thing. I would go to school and I was like the YouTube kid. People were like, oh, Harrison, that's the YouTube guy.
Oh.
He's the actor kid. Like he's like, he makes those funny YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, like so many people do it that like, I don't think that would exist in like a school
Yeah.
in the same way. And it was like, oh, or it was like, oh, you make YouTube videos? Like YouTube's for cats. Like YouTube is for cat videos. Like that was the culture. It was so bizarre. It was so new. And like, I was just doing it. So now it's like people have gamed it. It's algorithms. It's like, oh, you got to make 14-minute videos to like hit the algorithm and like da 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 da. And then like vlogs became such a medium format and like people started doing this format and like huge production quality. Like, I don't know. It just became like massively different.
It seems like nowadays everyone has their own YouTube channel to like, you know, make
Yeah.
their like, you know.
Yeah, it's super saturated.
It is.
It's super saturated.
So when I was doing it, I feel like kind of lucky because it wasn't saturated, but also like,
You're first in the market. That's why.
yeah, but I was too young to be
Yeah.
first in the market in a serious way.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I'm like very bitter about it.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't I born in 1990?
There's a lot of people and there's a lot of different like genres in the market still with YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's still like a lot of. What's the like statistic about how many videos are uploaded a day? Like millions of videos, right?
Billions.
But
probably.
not a lot of them really matter though, honestly. And there's still a lot of room to like actually grow in it. So long as
Yeah,
you
I
can
think so.
figure out like there is so much fucking videos
But I
though now.
hate
where
that.
you're
It's like now you have to have a niche. Now you have to pick a thing. My channel has always been variety, like lip sync videos,
yeah.
parodies, like original music videos, sketches, just like whatever I wanted. And then I was doing like, I saw the vlog stuff and I was like, oh, I can tell funny stories that happened to me. So I started vlogging. And then I was like, oh, these vlogs are easy and getting views. So I would do a vlog a week. I started doing Turnip Time Tuesdays.
Oh, wow.
And like, that's when YouTube, after doing those for like a year maybe, I started to like lose interest. I think it became a job when I was like 14,
Oh, shit. That's
13.
young.
Like it became like
Like
work.
a chore to always do.
That's
became a
when, that's
chore.
when you start to lose like the passion for it too.
because I felt like I had to do it.
Yeah.
Because I went to VidCon, I was learning the business, and they was like, you got to do one a week. You got to do this, more content. Like this style is like so easy to make, and you get views. And like I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like yeah. And then it became a chore, and I was like, ah, this sucks. And then I was like, starting to book acting stuff in a serious way because I like did acting classes, got a manager, and then like started booking stuff. And I was like, this is way more fun, and I'm actually getting paid.
So what was your first big breakthrough?
I remember auditioning for Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which is like huge. I was reading the books at the time, and I was like obsessed. So that was like a huge deal for me. And then I didn't maybe realize how big that book series was, or like how big the movie was going to be. Obviously, I didn't know. How old was I? I forgot. I think I was entering grade 8. I think, yeah, I was like 14, 15. I auditioned for the lead, had a callback, and I was like, yeah, this is me. Like, I am the wimpy kid because I look like I was always the smallest kid. This goes back to the hate thing.
Oh, dude, me too.
I think because I was such a small kid and like always the smallest, like people would try to bully me and I just had to be like, no, or like not accept that. So like it was kind of the same with the YouTube comments, you know? So it kind of went hand in hand. So I just had like a thick skin maybe, or like I always played it off with comedy, or like I just accepted myself for who I am. How pure. I was always the smallest, and like I just remember like this is my thing, like this is mine. Like I'm gonna book Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like I am the wimpy kid. And then that didn't happen, obviously. But they auditioned me for like Fragley, which is like the really. Do you know who I'm talking? Do you know the movie at all? It's okay if you don't. All the 12-year-olds watching this know.
Yeah,
so.
my little brother read every
Yeah.
single book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fragley was like the weird kid at school. He's like a big supporting character, and like he's like picking his nose, like weird kid, like super weird. And I was like, this is hilarious. This is me. I can crush this part even more. And then I did crush that audition. I was like, I'd almost rather play this role than like the lead.
Mm-hmm.
It's way more fun. And then they were like, no, that's not you. But then basically so there's Canadian casting and US casting because it's shooting in Canada. So I was obviously seeing Canadian casting. They were like, no, we got to put Harrison in this movie. He's got to be in this movie. And so they ended up bringing me back for like 3 roles at once.
Oh,
And it was like, I don't remember the character names, but one of them was the role I got, which was Darren Walsh, like the Cheese Touch kid, which is like iconic in the book series and the movie, like the kid who started the Cheese Touch. So I was like, that became my thing. It was like 2 days on set. I think I got paid like $2,000. I still get royalty checks though.
You still get royalty checks?
I just cashed one. It was like $90.
Nice.
That saved me.
How often are you getting a royalty
Like every
check?
3 months,
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, that's pretty solid.
which is crazy.
So it's like $100 every 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a movie I did in 2010.
Okay.
And like
Yeah.
Canadians, just like I want everyone to know this: Canadians don't see royalties on film, TV. Like Canadian actors,
What do you mean?
we don't get royalties. Like we just don't. Like they don't. They
not
have
a
different
thing?
contracts, and it's like not a thing. It's
Oh.
bullshit. We get fucked up the ass.
Damn.
Dang. Canadians get royally fucked.
Is that why you like moved
Yeah,
to LA?
that's why I moved to LA, and
Really?
I haven't booked anything. So
That's wild.
Yeah.
What the heck? So wait, why'd you decide to? I mean, obviously you decided to move because you're like Canada's fucking me right now, right? But why LA?
So like the first trip I did when I was 8 years old to Disneyland and stuff in California, I like fell in love with Hollywood in LA. I was like, I love this. Kind of got me into like the video stuff too. And I was like entertainment. I was like, I gotta. This is it. I'm gonna live in LA one day. Like I'm gonna do this. I had a vision board.
Because like right now
the whole
you're,
thing.
you're a creative, right? You bought a house to like rent out for creatives.
I mean, I did that for a short time.
yeah. So I mean, you've always been kind of like in that realm of like working in the arts, film,
Yeah.
acting, and stuff like
I mean,
that.
like super lucky to do that though.
Do you feel like you felt comfortable in your own skin early on?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because it sounds like you kind of already knew what you wanted to do since like the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
good
noticed
stuff.
that too. It seems like you have this aspect of fearlessness where sometimes, even as a kid, even as adults, us too, like putting out
Yeah.
content and stuff, there's that factor that was like, ooh, I don't know. Like,
I think it's a combo though. It was a combo of like fearlessness and like figuring out what I loved really early on, which is like such a like huge benefit, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're 13 years old and like trying to get an agent or manager, they don't expect you to have a resume.
True.
They're like, did you do some classes? Can you like act? Cool. Like we'll send you out. We'll get you auditions. See what happens. Like, but when you're 20, it's like, where's your resume? Where's your reel? Where's your demo reel? What acting classes have you taken? Blah. It's like how many? You know what I mean? It's like different. You have more expectations, so it's like easier as a kid. So I'm like really lucky I did that, and like my parents supported that, and like it was not okay. That shit was crazy because like I grew up on Vancouver Island. Every audition was in the city. It's a 3-hour ferry trip each way.
Shit.
Jeez.
I'd miss a whole day of school to do a 10-second audition sometimes.
That's commitment.
I stopped doing commercial auditions. I got so mad one day. They were like, I think it was I forgot what the commercial was. They were like, okay, pretend you're riding your bike. They don't have a fucking bike. Pretend you're riding a bike. And you're gonna go across the room, cross camera, and you're gonna just like wave right when you're in front of the like lens kind of thing, and that's it. Okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah, of course. Great, thanks so much for coming in.
That was it. That was it.
that's it?
I traveled 3 hours for this.
And you got the part.
No, damn. I've only booked one commercial in my life.
Wait, so
Yeah.
the girl that you're dating right now, you met her on what?
Not a dating app, but a different app. Very weird.
Craigslist.
Craigslist. No.
Misconnections.
No, I met her on a language exchange app.
Of course you did. That's just another dating app.
Language.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all. Wait,
Is it really?
Yeah, a lot of
You
dudes
would know
this. A lot of for Korean or Japanese.
Yeah, for Japanese.
There you go.
But I use it for Japanese.
Yo, you guys are way too similar.
I've been using it for 3 years. Like,
Yep.
I actually learned a lot of Japanese on this app. Like, I met guy friends off this app. Like, homies. Like they're cool. Like
A lot of
I didn't know it was a dating thing at all.
So in Korea and in Japan, you have a lot of like the mixed relationships. Usually, most of them stem from the language app.
Anyways, I met this really cool girl off there. She was in LA, and like she left LA when I started messaging her, and then I convinced her to come back to LA. Actually, she had a horrible time in LA, so the first time.
Oh.
So I was like, well, you should come back and have a good time in LA.
She lived in Japan like most of the time. This is long
Oh,
distance.
wow. Damn.
Well, we're not like officially dating yet. That's why I'm like, it's
but
kind
you
of
like it. You know, you're excited about it.
yeah. I'm like deleting
yeah.
apps. You know.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
I think that's when you know. As a guy who doesn't use dating apps, like all my friends who do, when they find someone they're serious about, the apps start to kind of disappear.
I have like weird like not fantasy. I have like this weird image in my head of like what dating should be, and I feel like it's very different than like most people. I don't know.
I think everyone has their own subjective.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own subjective thing, which I am starting to realize more. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's weird.
I'm just like want my independence as well, but I want somebody and like I want to do life together with them. You know. Yeah,
I think that's very normal.
I feel like I have a very healthy like want, and I'm very happy alone. So like I'm just like I want somebody to add to that and not like making me feel like shit. And like most of my relationships in the past have just like, why do I feel not cool? Like why do I feel not good? Why do I feel bad talking to my friends? Like
Yeah.
I don't like that. So
Yeah.
like as soon as I feel that kind of way, I'm kind of done. You know.
Sounds like you just want a healthy relationship.
Yeah. I just want I don't want a real girl. I want to trace her from a catalog.
I mean, I feel like we all get to this point where we have an idea or an ideal kind of person that we want in our lives, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you meet people who kind of fit that mold, and maybe not everything is perfect, but it's just enough where it's like, okay, you start to, at least for you and I who date, like, because you don't date, you go through these people, you know, and you date.
He runs through them, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
He does.
He runs
No.
through those people.
I'm very similar in the same where like I will date one person and then just 1% at a time.
That's your focus.
Yeah.
And
And
like,
then
if
it doesn't
it's-
work out. So I'm like,
yeah.
okay, next one, you know? Go on
Yeah.
to the next one, date again.
Yeah.
No, doesn't work out. Next one,
That's how
date again.
that's how it should be.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
what
like,
dating is, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
isn't it
not
like,
for everyone. Not for everyone. You know, it varies by experience.
Yeah.
You know, but I've gotten to that.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. That's how dating should be, and if it's not how you date, you're wrong.
You heard it here first.
It's a fair assessment.
You know, and it's like I've gotten to that point where I'm like, okay, I am happy on my own too. I am very independent.
Yeah.
So when I want someone, I would do also want you to add to my life. Like I want it to be synergistic, where it's like you have your own life, I have my own life, and we come together to like kind of
create magic together.
Exactly. You know.
Should we go on a date?
Let's go. I'm gonna take you to Disneyland.
Just kidding, bro. I don't want to date you
Why?
because I just love women too much.
That's fair.
Sorry.
Hey guys, welcome to Lightning Round, where we ask our guests some rapid fire questions.
Can I do it? Can I do that?
Oh yeah, go do it.
Hey guys, welcome to Lightning Round, where we ask our guests some rapid fire questions, and if they can't answer on time, they're gonna have to drink. Woo! That's that Disney Channel. energy.
Yeah. Oh, do it.
You gotta hit that shit.
Harrison, are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
Wait, what's the answer on time though? Like, what's the rules?
It's just like 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, like you just gotta answer.
Yeah, you just answer.
Yeah.
And even if you don't answer on time, you still gotta answer.
My
after.
UCB 401 is gonna come in handy for this.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Who is your favorite artist?
I don't have one right now. I have a million.
If you could have dinner with anyone in the world right now, who would it be?
Ooh.
Don't say Jay-Z.
No, fuck Jay-Z, dude. I don't give a fuck about Jay-Z. Anybody in the world? Oh, goddamn. Biba Doobie.
Oh, is that the
artist?
Filipino?
Yeah, she seems cool as shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have no idea what that is.
I just wanted it to look like I went on a date with Biba Doobie. That's it.
Fair.
What is the weirdest thing about you?
I have web toes.
What? Web toes? Oh.
Web
toes.
Dude, you would kill it in OnlyFans.
Not caveat, not asterisk, not all my toes, just 2 on each foot. And one I outgrew more than the other, so they don't match.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah, and I'm a horrible swimmer, so.
If you could change one thing about yourself besides your height, what would it be?
Oh, what the fuck besides my height? Fuck.
Besides
You said that and that threw me off. I'm a perfect person.
Yeah. Drink.
Drink.
I don't want to change. See, I'm the most me.
And that's an answer. That's fine. Most attractive thing about of the opposite sex?
Their mouths.
You mean like lips?
Yeah, like their teeth in their mouths.
Okay.
What if they have dentures?
What? The fuck?
Some guys like that shit.
No, I don't want dentures.
He wants
He
real teeth.
specifically needs teeth there.
Okay.
But like, there's like this thing, and I fuck with this. I think they need to bring this to America, where like in Japan culture they have like deppa, which is like buck teeth girls. Like girls with buck teeth or like snaggle tooth.
My last question for you: what is one goal that you have for this year that you want to accomplish?
Oh, one goal. I really want to make more money.
That's fair. Wait, I have one more.
So
What are your red
fucking
flags?
I give off? Maybe, I don't know, too much feminine energy sometimes. I don't know what other red flags I have. No one's told me I have any red flags. So.
That's a red flag.
Well, no. Do people tell you your red flags?
Oh yeah, all the time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I hear about how toxic I
All
am
the time.
all the time.
How come no one tells me about my red flags?
Maybe you have none.
Maybe I told you I'm a perfect human. I don't know.
He did say that. A couple
I don't have
times.
any either, so it's cool, man. Like,
Red flag.
He's a walking red flag. So I mean,
so you're
Yeah,
colorblind.
Okay. Do you have a type for girls?
No, I don't have a type.
Favorite food?
Any Asian cuisine right now? Thai food.
Where would you like to go visit that you haven't been to yet?
Ooh, Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Thailand, Vietnam.
All of it, yeah. Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's it. I just want to do Thailand, Vietnam, actually.
What sport do you think would be really fun to have alcohol with? To
What
watch
do you mean?
them play
To watch them play?
drunk as fuck.
Oh, like while they're playing?
Yeah.
Golf.
Golf? Really? Why?
Because it's so boring. So
That's
maybe that
true.
will add something to it. I
That's
don't know.
true.
It's also like really like, it's very classy. So it's
Yeah.
like adding a lot of alcohol to that might be really funny.
All right. What is something that you used to believe in but you don't anymore?
I wanted to say like religion, but that's not cool because we talked about
Oh,
that so
yeah.
much. But I know it's rapid fire, but let me think
No,
about
you're
it. 'cause
good.
That's such a cool
You just gotta
question.
drink.
I'll drink. Say the question again.
Okay. What is something that you used to believe in but you don't anymore?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
what?
Why Mr. Beast?
I worked for him for a month.
Oh, that's right. Oh, is this the NDA territory we're
the
talking
NDA
about?
territory.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
But that's all you get.
Go ahead, Pete.
All right, cool. What's your favorite car?
Ooh, Lamborghini. Murcielago.
Murcielago.
Ooh.
Nice, nice. You said that you're serial monogamous, right? Have you ever been cheated on?
Kind of, yeah, once, yeah. That actually destroyed me.
My next question was actually gonna be, what was your biggest heartbreak?
Yeah, probably that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, going a little deeper, but how did you get over it?
I moved and I didn't talk to her.
Oh wow.
It was the first time I moved to. Oh no, kind of like the first time I really got my visa and moved to LA was like around that time, so it was kind of good timing because I just like left, and then I didn't talk to her for. She was texting me all the time, and just didn't reply.
What would you say is success to you?
What is success to me? Happiness, wealth, and close friendships, relationships.
My last question. What do you think you bring to the table as far as friendship goes?
I'm a genuine guy. I'm honest, and I'll always say shit that's real. You know, I'm gonna tell you if you're doing something that I don't think is like really cool or like, but I'm not gonna hate you for it, right? Like it's like, oh, hey, like maybe you shouldn't do that again, and like a real friend will tell you that and then not cut you off, right?
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of fake friends or bad friends will be like, oh, this person like did this wrong and like that's bad, like, and then they just like back away.
Yeah.
It's like a real friend's gonna be like, hey, like you did this thing and like that's not cool. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that again. And like, but it's all good. Like I love you, and I'm still here for you. I'm your homie. You know.
Nice.
Unless it's like murder, then it's like
Yeah.
Maybe.
questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the
Don't
reason.
do that
Like
again.
pedophile, murder. There's like certain things. It's like okay, maybe that's.
Respect that.
But
You have limits.
most other things, like you should probably stick with your homies because that's when they need you too.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that concludes our lightning round. I want to say thank you to our wildly funny guest, Harrison. It was a blast. Oh, okay. I'm a little turned on. Let us know where we can find you.
All my socials are my name, at Harrison Houde. Also, I have a new comedy duo. We're going to do a California World Tour at Mr. Zimmer Band.
I just want to say thank you for coming on, Harrison. Being genuine, like, dude, I was shocked about your story. There's a lot of times where I thought you were acting, but you were really being yourself. that kind of freaked me out
Damn,
sometimes.
dude, my ex said that to me too. She thought I was acting.
So did the other girl. No, just kidding.
I said no.
You were actually acting, dude. That's
She
how-
read my journal, so I broke up with her.
But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching all the way through. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below what you guys want us to talk about next.
Like,
And
comment, and subscribe.
smash that subscribe button. And remember,
Live
fast, eat ass.